Good
Hello.
evening, everybody. Hey, how you guys doing? I have to apologize for a bit here. We're still trying to get used to the old home again. As you could probably tell, it didn't quite start off so smooth. But yeah, we're back here. We're back on Talk Studio, part of Streamlabs. It's a bit of a learning curve to come back, especially when you're used to something old and original, or something for so long that it's going to take a bit of a learning curve to get back into it, but you know what? I'm
It's
all good
worth
with it.
yeah.
I think so. It's worth it. Um, I don't know if we ever discussed as to why we're switching over. I don't know if we want to.
Well, I think we brought it up briefly, but EV is an Israeli company, and so we're not going to use their platform anymore.
You know, so they seem to be pretty strong supporters of Israel. So that's
Yep.
just wasn't comfortable. We did continue using it for a while. That's just because we were paid for the year. It's already been canceled and the contract ends now. So we just we're just going to move the
Which
everything everywhere. So
I couldn't
it's
pay
been
it
a
for.
while. It's been 3 weeks since last time. It's been around 3 weeks since we were last on. How have
Right.
you been, Deana?
Busy.
Yeah, I
Holy
know.
cow. Super, super
Hmm.
busy. Happy New Year, everybody, by the way. Um,
Absolutely. Happy New Year.
Happy everybody's back. Yeah, just very busy with a lot of what's been happening since October. Things are ramping up for protests and civil disobedience and trying to get our government to act because there's a genocide happening right now. And like, I don't even know what it's going to take for people to do something, but it needs to happen now.
Absolutely agreed. I mean, there's no, it's not, the situation is not changing. It's not improving. There are some significant steps being done. I mean, some of the things like South Africa's um, declaration that Israel's an apartheid state, and they're bringing them to court over it. It's a wonderful step forward. It's a step in the right direction, and we need to see more of that. And obviously, this is it's. I want to bring that up a little bit. It's something we can probably discuss a little bit more on Friday. But for South Africa to come out saying, "Hey, yeah, you guys are an apartheid state," that's pretty heavy coming from South Africa. They know apartheid states
Yeah,
quite well.
we all do.
Yes,
Unless you were born like after 1991 and you didn't know about it.
that's absolutely true. Um, so let's get started. Um, so during the Christmas holidays, obviously things happened, and apparently the
Lots of stuff.
convoy people were still active.
They
So
tried.
they were active on January 2nd, and I'm gonna let the clip explain things.
It's a peaceful voice, right? Polite and serve you.
At least we could come and have a
You have to lift it up a little higher, Chris. There you go. Fair 2024. Happy No Fear. Happy New Year.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
so they're in front of the prime minister's house or his residence to protest. Now, at the time, um, your boy
He
JT, the one you want to fornicate with, he's not there.
no, he's enjoying a free night in Jamaica in a luxury villa for free.
Exactly.
Wah wah.
Yeah, exactly. So he's there staying in a free residence. It's pretty awesome. He's doing pretty well. Um, but yeah, so these guys are there. It's like, yeah, but we're gonna go out to the residence. We're gonna tell them about what was it? They're like one of the statements is there is like we're gonna show them we're fearless by showing them what we're afraid of. Like literally is what they're doing because they're showing like digital IDs, vaccines. Like these are all things you're afraid of because they're dangerous, but you're afraid of them, and you're showing us you're fearless.
Yes. And yes, vaccines, baby. They're in front of 24 Sussex, not where the Prime Minister.
No, I don't think it's 24 Sussex.
Where is it?
Don't forget, 24 Sussex is shut down. It's been
I know
shut
that.
down since.
They don't know that.
Yeah, they do. They know it's at the. So they're gonna be at the cottage because they're at the Rito Cottage, which is on the Governor General's residence. So that's where he's been there.
They were on beat. They were in Rockcliffe. That was Rockcliffe.
Well, both Sussex, it's both the original Prime Minister's residence as well as Rito, as well as Governor General's are both on in Rockcliffe on Sussex.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, they were there. They were So straight across the hall from Rito Hall. Yeah, but yeah, they're in the middle. Yeah, so they're there holding signs in Rockcliffe.
That's RCMP territory.
Sorry?
That's RCMP territory.
That's true.
I know.
But I mean, they're probably not going to do much because there's like they're literally hollering and a couple of cars driving by who are going to be ignoring them because everybody does, and there's nobody around. Like literally, you're waving signs while nobody's around. Good on you. Hooray.
Well, I hope it worked for them. RCMP came up to them, but then the stream stopped. Yeah, the RCMP will go up to you. Do you know how I know? Because I'm in that area often, and I parked to the side waiting for somebody, and I was waiting for somebody, and they stopped beside my car to find out why I was there. Like they want to know why you're there.
Was also understandably so because
it's where all the ambassadors live and Gigi, and those houses are worth probably like $50 million, maybe even more. They're ridiculous.
No, absolutely. It's like they're huge areas. Like these things are massive places.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, absolutely. These guys are going to be there. They're going to absolutely check to see anybody there that's been hanging around suspiciously. They might have seen the signage, and these guys are like, all right, they're just a bunch of idiots protesting and doing whatever stupid shit they're doing. All right, fine, get it. But aside from that, that's pretty much it. I'm just like,
oh, them again. Yeah.
Sorry?
I'm just reading the comments. Oh, them again.
Pretty much. So that's pretty much it. I mean, again, these guys are still doing the same stupid shit. These guys wasted the same amount of time, but we're gonna get a little bit more. So what these guys are, because these are the convoy. This particular group is the Casselman group. That's if the camera didn't quite show, but I mean, there's ACL, whatnot. But
I think Norman Blanchfield was in there, wasn't he?
Norman Blanchfield was in there as well as Gordon Berry, or Gordon James Berry Jr. So yeah, these guys were in there. So it's the same group that's coming up from Casselman to go and wave the signs. So it makes a lot of sense. But I do have a bit of an update in regards to what's going on to Casselman. And so you know what? Let's take a look at this particular update here. Let's see if it works.
So for the camp, guys, it's hard. We're not gonna help everyone that come at the camp now for free, because now it's us that we have to pay those bills. The rest of the bill. but it's still gonna be a camp. We're still gonna be open. For the barn, we don't use the barn inside the barn no more, because the city, they said we make an assembly here and they want more thing in the barn, like commercial door, commercial alarm, sprinkler, and we don't have the money to put all this in the barn. So it's okay. We still have the barn to store thing. We still have our food inside the barn, so that's okay. But we have a big tent outside. We're gonna install wood stove in it, so we're still gonna have a place warm for people when they come. We still have our toilet. We still have everything we need. So it's just a way to, because the government, the city, they try to shut down everything, like everywhere. When you do something, it's about freedom. The government always put pressure. So they did it here too, and we'll fight against that too, to stay open, to keep up, and don't let this corruption government win, because that's another fight, guys.
So yeah,
I'm kind of, talk me out of it if you feel like I should be talked out of it. I'm kind of
yes,
torn. I'm torn a little bit because, okay, all this stuff that they're doing is like completely opposite from everything they're trying to preach. That's the hilarity of it, right? We know this. We've talked about it so many times. There's a part of me, though, like as we're watching cities moving in and taking down homeless encampments and making people worse off than they are, this is sort of what these guys are doing. They've built themselves an encampment, they're homeless, whether it's by choice or not, but whatever, or mental health issues, social antisocial behavior that stops them from being able to hold a job or to keep a place or whatever. Now that's being torn down. So I'm kind of feeling a little bit in a,
well,
you know,
yeah,
so
it's not
talk me
being,
out of it.
yeah, it's not being torn down.
Well,
So
they're getting pushed out.
they can't be pushed out. They could just be not using certain things. So the barn is not safe according to the city, and I'm
I
going to go with the
believe that.
city. Yeah,
I
I
agree.
totally believe.
I
We
agree.
saw the fucking construction. We've commented on that shit
I agree.
before.
Yes.
I mean, some of the choices they make is questionable. I mean, like the one I just got up here right now, which is wood stove in a tent, not scary at all.
Dumb.
Totally.
And there are children there. So
Yeah,
stupid. Yeah, dumb. All of these
absolutely.
things are true.
Yeah, so they're not being pushed off the land. They're just being told by the city, like live reasonably. You know, like don't do dumb stuff. Like don't half-ass the job that you're doing in the barn, where like doing the bathroom. Don't have don't do an instant water heater that vents the gases inside the building. Don't
Yeah,
have
all of
propane
these
tanks in
things
there.
are really dumb. And the fact that
Yeah,
they think that they're smarter than everybody else,
yeah.
or that they're genius because they thought of these really bad ideas, but I'm sure they like high five each other because they're like, yeah, done, mission accomplished. Who said we couldn't make it? Like all of these things are true. And
All of these things are absolutely like straight out known. Like none of these, sorry, not so much known, but sorry, none of these things should be surprising to me. Like again, you look at the stuff that they're protesting, and it's like
all that
we're
stuff
here
is
to stop the 15-minute cities and digital IDs. You think they're going to understand anything about city code or anything
5G
else like that?
mandates, everything.
Yeah,
SOGI, like the whole thing. They're all fucking fucked up in the head. All of these things are 100% true.
absolutely. And again, these guys are, like these guys, like, oh, we work in construction. We know what we're doing. And again, these guys who work in construction, these guys are all roofers and floors. They're not really the high skilled stuff. I mean, the floors don't need any certification. Same thing with roofers. And I just remember like these guys, like, oh yeah, we work construction. What do you guys do? And everybody there was like floors and roofers, and that's it. I'm like, that's oh boy, okay.
Yeah.
So it is absolutely terrifying.
It is
In regards to
terrifying.
some of these things they do. Stop being so demanding, you. Sorry, I got our little friend here. He wants to join the show. Everybody can say hi to him.
Today I have a little cushion and my chin chin.
Oh.
Chin chin.
So for the first episode of the year, you guys get a little bit of influx of animals. How you guys enjoy that?
She's like a dog. She follows me everywhere and she has to sit on my lap.
Well, this one just yells and complains no matter anything he likes or hates. He just is always angry, growling, and barking.
Oh, gee.
You're just like a little convite, aren't you? Yes, you are.
Whoa. That's a pup for Palestine right there.
He just jumped down and started protesting. Something about his freedom and his rights. It's ridiculous.
It's Ziggy. It's actually Ginny, but I call her Chin Chin. And her song is Chin Chinny, Chin Chinny, Chin Chin Chiroo. You are so cute and I love you. And if I sing that, she'll come running to me wherever she is.
Oh.
Yeah, she's drooling right now. She's very happy right here, right now.
Oh. All right, let me see. Now, the only other thing I haven't really figured out how to do yet is how to do a better way of, what you might call it, the images. So, everybody, I apologize now for how good or disastrous this is about to be.
Let's take a look.
But I think it's gonna be fine. So, boof.
Yeah, that's great.
Big announcement from the Ottawa Hospital, and that is that they have now opened up an entire section and a program for gender affirming surgery. So this is going to be a huge benefit for the community in Ottawa for this, and not just Ottawa. As we're going to get into this, this has got larger effects for a larger area. So one of the things that's important. So this is, it was launched back in September 2023, and by the sounds of it, I think it was a soft launch. So it was officially launched, but not as many people was aware because they were starting to just expand it out. But now they've officially made it. They've announced it officially. So once they launched it, is the only clinic. So there's the important part. Launched in September 2023, is the only clinic in Ontario and the second in Canada to offer all three of the following gender-affirming procedures: facial surgery to make facial features more masculine or feminine, top surgery to remove breast tissue for more masculine appearance or enhance breast size for a more feminine appearance, and bottom surgery to transform genitalia. So, all this is, all this is very important for those seeking that. But the thing I want to point out, these procedures include surgical divisions at the hospital: plastic surgery, urology, obstetrics, and gynecology, as well as the trans health programs out in the community, such as the Centertown Community Health Center's Trans Health Program, which provides patients with a referral to our clinic, and CHEO's Gender Diversity Clinic, which provided Dr. Corby and his team with advice on setting up the clinic, and also refers patients to who have reached the age of 18. Now, there's an important reason I wanted to point that out, is because as well as I do, they're going to say, oh my God, because there are some people right now, and it's already started. Some people already said, like, look, they can get referred to by the school to go here. And they still need to
Ottawa
be
Ho-
18.
yeah, it's the Ottawa Hospital is an adult hospital.
So look, um, it's Ottawa Hospital is an adult hospital, and still, as has been noted, you need to be 18 to do any gender affirming care in regards to surgeries. Now, breast augmentation and reduction, though, you can actually be less than 18
Yes.
because that's not even for trans. That's also included for cis, for example, cis girls.
Yeah.
Some of them might get breast reductions at an earlier age if medically required.
Yes. Not even just medically required for comfort. I know
Yeah.
some girls.
That's what I was thinking by medically required, as in like
Yeah.
comfort, severe, whatever issues that could be. And again, for that I completely understand. For cosmetic regards to enhancement, I'm like that one I'm kind of iffy on, but still it can occur too. So, but yeah, but for this particular clinic, you need to be 18. So
You can get facial reconstruction when you're under 18 too. You can get a nose job.
Mhm.
I mean, people get braces and stuff like that. I know that that's dental, but it's still, you could still manipulate your jaw and do things like that if you wanted to.
But that's a good point too, because I mean, we do all these things, and a lot of these things that's available in these clinics, like you said, like dental surgery,
Botox.
nose job, Botox,
Mhm.
and these are all things for the kids to have.
Tattooing your eyebrows. I haven't done that yet.
That's all. Even though and regardless of the fact that that's it's cis or trans, this is all still gender affirming care in some form. And you ask these people, some of them will say like, "Oh, I'm against that," or like, "Well, are you going to be actively protesting against that?"
Yeah.
No. So you're only concerned about the one specific gender affirming care, because none of the other ones you're actually doing anything about. Well, I don't agree with it either. Yeah, but you're not protesting
You're
that.
you're not taking the day off to go yell and scream.
You're not running up schoolyards
Schools.
you're not running up and down schoolyards to do anything about that. So, qu'est-ce que fuck?
Qu'est-ce que fuck?
Qu'est-ce que fuck? You know? Qu'est-ce que fuck? But, yeah. So, in any case, I'm still thinking I think it's a wonderful thing. I know of at least one trans person that's right now going through the process of transitioning, and as I got this information, I've haven't had a chance to talk about this with them, and I'm hoping to have a quick little conversation about that with them. Like, hey, is this something good? Is this something that's going to help out? For all I know, they're going to turn around going, "Well, I've been using it since September, so yeah, it's fantastic." I'm like, "Oh,
Yeah.
cool." Didn't know it was you jumped ahead then, but yeah, it's a wonderful thing, especially since we've heard many stories where it's not as easy as straightforward as many people think it is. And it's only the second place in all of Canada.
Yeah.
Sure, we can do better than that, guys. Come on. But now, on to the next stuff. This particular one, this one makes me smile. You want to see what makes me smile?
Yeah, let's do it.
Right wing can get slapped.
Well, so can the left wing.
Yes, but
yeah,
now
anybody using the word groomer for nothing.
it is so. Many of you guys, so many of the people have been on have seen this or experienced this where right wing, and we've seen this in person, and we've been called this many times. They'll call you groomer or pedo or whatnot, and they just don't care. They just keep tossing around the word. And you can say it's defamation, but they don't care because they feel they could use it because it's they think they're right even though they're not, and they know it, and it's defamation. It's flat defamation, and it's mischaracterizing, and it's hate speech. So so one particular person up in Thunder Bay area decided to bring this person to court, saying, you know what, this is hate speech, and I'm going to sue you over it because it's defamation. And so the people in question said, he's like, nah, it's this is a slap suit. I'm not going to let you. It's not going to work. But the judge, I'm assuming it's just Nikars. I don't know if I pronounced that correct. So, anyways, it's Rainbow Alliance Ayal versus Webster. But the judge determined that statements alleging that drag performers sexualize children and aim to recruit them into the 2S LGBTQIA community perpetuate harmful stereotypes and myths. Her Honor found that such statements do not constitute expression on a matter of public interest. Her decision dismissed the defense anti-slap motion on this basis. So this is precedent setting. The plaintiffs in this case are a small town pride organization and a local drag king. The motion decision clears the path for them to continue with their defamation action against the defendant, a Thunder Bay Facebook blogger. So we're going to try to see if we can continue kind of tracking to see what is going on with this case, and even if we can reach out to see if we can get some information about this. But this is huge because, if this person has cleared this in Ontario, everybody can now clear this and initiate. And I know of a couple of people who could probably use this and start making some legal actions in regards to this. Yeah. So because of this, it's been entertaining also because there's a part 2 to this before we get into discussion. And Luc Lebrun here is brought out an interesting point, which was since this particular case got cleared, the right wing went a little bit nuts right away in regards to statements like Trudeau-funded trans activist group Egal Canada is serving as intervener in a lawsuit against a blogger who called drag queens groomers. I didn't see anything about Egal Canada. I just heard the local Thunder Bay group going in there. A judge had just ruled that the term isn't protected speech and has no basis in reality, paving the way for defamation lawsuits against anyone who uses the term. And then he's now quoting Caillou from Counter Signal. Okay. Or attention, do not use the word groomer to describe drag queens. Bad precedent out of Thunder Bay. Bad precedent. As a Ontario Superior Court Justice rules, anti-slap laws do not apply in this case. We should presume this is offline and online. Yeah, probably. Words matter.
Bad precedent. Oh no, I can't call somebody something they aren't.
Yeah.
Darn it.
I know. What do you mean I can't be a hateful bigot anymore?
I can't ruin somebody's life by accusing them of being a pedophile. Darn it. Like, what is wrong with these people? They're so fucking dumb.
Oh, absolutely. They're absolutely insane. They absolutely are. It's these guys got comfortable saying it, and they also get comfortable. It's their entitlement. These guys have always felt entitled to say and do stupid shit. And the minute they get any pushback onto it, they shut down and cry like a fucking toddler. Think of the Wellington guys. We see them yelling and screaming at the cops, and the minute one of them gives them a ticket or arrests them for something, They are crying bloody murder that like everything about their existence
Or they just
has
yell
been
at
wrong.
random people. So then I
Yeah.
go and I start yelling at them, and they're like, "Oh, how dare you? This is our street. This is
Yeah.
our hangout. Fuck you
Yeah.
and your fucking hangout. This is my street,
Yeah.
bitch."
Pay some property taxes.
Like, yeah, that's funny.
Oh,
But that's
I've
it.
never.
They're like they dish, they dish, they dish. But when somebody gives it back, just as they give it out, it's like, how dare you?
Yeah. No, they are as. They're just stupid. Fuck.
This is criminal harassment.
Criminal. Yeah, exactly. Criminal harassment. Jesus.
Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, it's so these guys are going to start getting some consequences. It's going to be interesting to see some of these guys if they get served. I don't know if they will, though.
I think
I'm not
so.
sure how many of them will be served. It's funny because I mean, I retweeted it, and then suddenly, like, I've got a whole bunch of like comments from the right from anonymous accounts, like, "Okay, groomer, okay, pedo." I'm like, yeah, you're doing it anonymously because you know it's
So
wrong.
tough.
Yeah,
Yes, you're
we're tough.
so tough with your
All right.
5 followers and you're like account born yesterday.
Yeah.
Block. Don't even bother with those people.
That's exactly it. I mean, these guys are just fucking idiots. I don't know what else. I don't know what else to say about that. All right. Oh yes.
Oh yes.
So brings me to the next story, and that is something a little bit more current. So now getting into the main heart of the stories of what we got. We're burning through them a little quicker here.
Which one?
You gets to that's where you get to see what I'm queuing up before I'm actually firing it up on the screen.
I get to see nothing. No, I'm just sitting here waiting with dead air
with
like
the rest of the audience.
Everybody, yeah.
Oh, okay. So you don't see this.
No, now I see it.
So this is the main story. Sorry, not the main story, but this is one of the main stories, and this has been pretty active this week. From Rebel News, David the Hat Menzies was arrested. He was arrested in Richmond Hill while he was questioning Chrystia Freeland about an Iran group. I think it was the Iranian Guard. And so there's been a lot of discussions and conversations about this, and there's a lot to go through in regards to this one. And you're absolutely right, Dino. He's not a journalist. He's not a reporter. He's a personality. I'm sorry. He's not.
He's a dead fish personality or a flopping fish person.
No, but the term personality isn't like he's. It's
I know.
Not, yeah.
Somebody tried to tell me that he was accredited by the federal government for journalism, and I was like, oh yeah, what's accreditation? Like they're just so stupid. What federal government?
There's no accreditation by the federal government. That's just bullshit.
None.
So let's take a look at part of the a smaller clip of the incident here.
Ms. Freeland, how come the IRGC is not a terrorist group? Why is your government supporting Islamo-Nationalism? What? Excuse me. What are you doing?
You're under arrest for assault. Why are you pushing me? You're under arrest for assault.
Who are you?
You're under arrest for assault.
Police, you're under arrest for assault. How am I under arrest? You bumped into me.
You pushed into me.
I was just scrubbing. I got my credentials here and you just bumped into me. So excuse
Police,
me.
You're under arrest.
What is your name in your badge? What is your name in your badge?
You've been told you're under arrest.
Why am I under arrest? He blocked my way. What?
Sir.
I was just scrumming Christian Freeland.
I'm a police officer. You're under arrest.
What is your name and your badge number?
Assaulting a police officer.
How is that possible?
Okay? Because
You assaulted me 3 years ago when blackface was happening.
That was very aggressive what was happening.
You mean I was asking questions aggressively?
No, your actions were. You were almost pushing everybody over. That's how it appeared.
Lincoln, you got this on video, right? He's saying I'm pushing people over?
Yeah,
That's an
how it
absolute
appeared.
falsehood.
There were feet were shuffling.
So
off
now
on
it
the
appeared
assault.
that way. That's what you're saying, officer?
Well,
It appeared I
that's
was
what
pushing
saw.
people.
Well,
I wasn't.
that's
I
what
didn't
saw.
touch a single person.
That was a little bit aggressive for what was happening. Get that. You're under arrest. Please
Okay.
take the microphone out of my face.
Well, I'd like an ongoing record of this.
You're arrested.
Can I have the microphone? Can I have the microphone? Can I have the microphone? Can you give?
I'm not officer.
Take your hand out.
Why am I under arrest? I'm just doing my job.
stop resisting. You don't need to resist.
I don't have.
You don't have to say anything.
In fact, we kind of prefer it if you don't say anything.
God, those lips look like they're trying to jump off of his face. Anyway, never mind.
He's an agitator.
It's
Like everybody's there. Like oh, he's just
we need to take his face off and put my face on there, and put you know what I mean, and then put it out to the right wing and see what they think. Because I bet if I did that and whoever I was doing that to, and it was their friend or their person they like or was something,
yeah.
and I were to corner a person between the wall and the pole, actually I'm even between the pole and the wall and the person, they'd be pissed. They'd say I was getting in people's faces and I would deserve to get punched in the fucking face. That's what they would say.
Yeah, absolutely. You're absolutely right. Yeah, it's absolutely true. You're absolutely right. So the short of it. Sorry. So what? Just one of the comments I want to say. Yes, I did shorten the clip because after this particular part, he's just standing there ranting while he's being cuffed and just stupid nonsense, and nobody here needs to see it. I didn't want to fucking watch the shit. I'm sure you guys didn't want to see it either. And yeah, he doesn't refer to Trudeau as Trudeau. He refers to him as blackface. Literally. But
I mean, I'd probably refer to Pierre Poilievre as PP. So
yeah, but
blackface is
it's the problem here is it's rich coming from a Rebel News organization, because Rebel News has had Gavin McInnes on there, and they were all celebrating the idea of and trying to normalize blackface. Like they had there's a particular photo. I don't want to bring it up here.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yes.
And so they're like, oh, he had blackface on. I'm like, dude, so did you.
Yeah.
Like, are you shitting me? Like, you had Gavin McInnes with blackface. You had all sorts of people there. Like I really, really wouldn't pull that fucking thread.
What they're trying to say is Trudeau is as bad as they are.
Yeah.
That's what they're trying to say.
Except, you know what? Trudeau apologized and said he did wrong and he's going to improve. And he has improved. And he's done a lot of things to benefit the girls. These guys? What blackface? What blackface are you talking about? Yeah, we don't recognize that photo. No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Fuck off. But more to this. So that's the first part about this. And the second thing is Menzies is an agitator.
Okay, Menzies, can we talk about that? I know he can't pick his name, but it sounds like when I have my Menzies.
I used to know Menzies when I was younger, so to me it was always just a name that's not a big deal. But this guy is just a dumbass, and it's not to do with the name. It's just him. He's just
But it's fitting. Do you know how sometimes names fit people
yeah.
in their personalities? Like he's like that unwanted, like
If it was
annoying thing that comes along once a month and just hangs around for 7 days, making your life not so enjoyable.
as Ziggy's point,
Just
maybe
like
that's why he calls
Menzies.
himself Menzoid.
Yeah.
But back to the thing here is, aside from him just calling blackface, he and we've seen him many like his entire thing is just to go to people's faces and be annoying and try to get a reaction. And I mean, we saw him do that in back in the Toronto when Josh was down in Toronto trying to hand out Bibles, and he was just sticking microphones and saying stupid things like, "Can you get the face diaper off your face? I can't hear you." Well, it seems to be one of your problems, bud.
Yeah.
They'll call
Maybe
JT
nobody
black.
wants to talk to you. Yeah.
Yeah, he'll call JT blackface just to cause a rise, and he tries to get a it's to the point where it looks like he's always getting arrested. Trying to get arrested because here he is getting arrested in Peterborough. And he's trying to raise money for his defense fund, which tends to just be money going to rebel media.
Yeah. Can we talk about this, everybody, for just one
Mhm.
second?
Sure.
These fake lawsuit things that happen are to give an outlet to the very wealthy who want to dump a lot of money into their propaganda. This is the way they do it, is through these GoFundMe's and stuff, to make it look like they're paying for something other than what they're paying for, which is the reality is to spread right-wing, hateful, disinformation propaganda. It's not to do these lawsuits or whatever. Those things never end up happening, and for a reason, because it's not actually why they're raising money. So everybody please remember that when you see this type of shit. It's not actually for those things. Like
Yeah.
the Coots for raising like over $100,000 or something, like, and then for one person's legal defense and
The
still
Goose for
raising
I have
money and not
Goose for
having
I
enough.
have no idea. So there may or may not be going for there, but for these particular ones, because Rebel's constantly raising money for all sorts of crazy things and demanding money.
The
Yeah,
people
I don't
that
think.
raise the money for the Coots for are not giving the money to the Coots for. Just like the whole, yes, anyway.
Yeah. So he's there. He got arrested in Peterborough, so now he's raising money for those legal funds. And this was back in 2021, so I'm not sure what happened from that case, but I got the feeling he didn't get arrested because he's still out and about. And then 3 months later,
3 months
May,
earlier.
June, July, 3 months later,
Oh, later.
he gets arrested again at a Melissa Lantsman event at CPC. And the statement from Melissa Lantsman is actually kind of interesting here, and I'll read it out to you guys. So July 25th, today at Peter Kent's annual summer celebration, I answered various questions from a number of outlets, including from David Menzies. When Mr. Menzies' line of questioning became homophobic and related to my sexual orientation, I ended the interview. Afterward, I spoke to some constituents, but ultimately left the event because I felt unsafe. Thankfully, no one was hurt today. I'm very confident that any investigation will demonstrate that I acted appropriately and with the utmost respect. I have not engaged with the authorities, nor did I call them. Melissa Lantsman, Conservative candidate for Thornhill, and contact information. I'm not crazy about Melissa Lantsman, but there's many things I can criticize her about, but it'll never be about her sexual orientation. She is who she is.
What,
That's not to be. That's not going to be it.
did anybody hear what he said? Like, what did he say? That
we'd have to go find the footage.
Definitely, probably something that isn't said to a straight person, I'm sure. Like,
Yeah.
why are you talking about somebody's sex life or sexual orientation? These people,
Again,
like,
he's an agitator.
He's an agitator. They're uncultured. Like, it's as if they've never gone out as children and they've never met people and they don't know how to talk to people. Like, it's like anyways, they let things define people that are not even what should be defining people, like sexual orientation.
Yeah,
My heterosexuality doesn't define me. Nobody looks at me and is like, wow, what a nice heterosexual woman. Or what an asshole heterosexual woman. Or whatever. Like, the heterosexual part has nothing to do with any description of me, I'm sure.
no, exactly. Yeah, I mean, like it's hell. Nobody ever comments on my sexuality. Actually, well, no, it's not true. I've been.
No, because you put pronouns in your bio and you piss a lot of people off, Joe. How
I know.
fucking
Just
dare you?
I know. How dare I have the pronouns in there? I've I've got the pronouns in there. It pisses them so much off. Yeah, if you guys want to get a little bit fun, throw in some pronouns in your bio, or in my case, throw them in your name. They see it and they just absolutely lose their shit.
I know.
Like,
I like it.
massively. It's great. Yeah, I'm a big pronoun guy.
I use
So,
other things to piss them off.
you've got your own toolkit. That
I
I
do.
know. We definitely know. But yeah, I mean, but I've been called straight. I've been called gay. Like, you're just a gay boy. I'm like, okay, I'm not. And I tend not to. My response is generally just to it, just like you're just being a bigot, and that's all you're arguing with, and so you're now just trying to use homophobic terms just to as an insult because that's all you got. You're just a hateful little bigot. Because I could just turn around and say, like, no, I'm straight. But there's nothing wrong with being gay and nothing wrong with being straight. I just want to point out that there's nothing wrong with being either of those two. It's the hateful bigot part. That's the part that should be addressed.
Yeah.
So, and yes, my pronouns are he, him, TikTok scientist. Absolutely. It's apparently I am very much the TikTok scientist. You heard it here. You haven't heard it other places, so yeah,
I'm the
there you go.
TikTok scientist, though.
Oh, no, I'm the TikTok scientist.
No, I am.
There's the photo, and no, Carl said I was a TikTok scientist. So
Carl said that everybody is the TikTok scientist. Well, he
yeah,
never
I know.
picked me because he always picks the wrong ones until he finally picks the right one. And
What-
once
what
he
makes it-
picks me, it'll be the right one. Why I get
Could be
paid by
me.
Trudeau.
Could be me. So I still think it's me
He's
because Carl said it, so it's got to be me.
gotta be
That's
you.
just got to be me. But oh yeah. Hang on a second. I don't think I finished in regards to. Oh no, I did finish with Melissa last one. Sorry. I am being a terrible person when it comes to just staying organized in this. But you know what? That's fine. I'm going to improve. I'm going to get better for you guys. And next thing you know, it'll be back as normal. But in the interim, we've got the next story here. So this comes back to Melissa Lantzman again in the next segment. And Deana's shaking her head already. And again, it's not something I disagree with Melissa Lantzman, but not for her who she is.
I disagree with her because she's dumb as fuck. Yes. I love how Cookie Lady put
Yeah.
it.
So big thank you for Cookie Lady on this one. In regards to bringing awareness to this, a lot of I credit her for this because a lot of the work came from her. Whoops. If not, most of the work came from her. There's a couple
People
of things I did pick
voting
up.
for the Leopards Party, shocked when face eaten. I like it.
Yeah.
Very well. Very well put.
Josh and followers surprised no one by coming out as completely homophobic. Like, I'm absolutely
Surprised
shocked.
no one, but really stupid people who we've been telling for the last 7 or 8 months. No, it's a year now. For the
Yeah.
last year that they are homophobic. Even Daxton finally came out and fucking said it. Meanwhile, Daxton kept saying, "We have nothing against homosexuals. We're not going after homosexuals. We just don't want it in our schools." I had a fucking hour-long conversation with those losers
Yeah.
at the courthouse while they tried to gaslight me with this bullshit. I wasn't having it, and here it is.
Absolutely. So Brett Sears, right-wing commentator, should Pierre Poilievre fire his LGBTQ diverse hire, Melissa Lanceman? So right there, it's charged language. But again, he's trying to do a little bit of whistling without specifically saying it. Although it's kind of blunt there, calling her a LGBT diversity hire as opposed to no, she ran, she won her seat. She's not so much a diversity hire as much as like, no, she's the member representing
She got
Thornhill.
elected. That means
Exactly.
the majority of her fucking riding picked her.
Exactly.
As much as we can't stand her, as much as I can't stand Pierre, he fucking got elected in his riding.
He got elected as a riding. She got elected in her riding. It was her work. It was her, her thing.
More
But
than
again,
you can say for Maxime Bernier, anyone.
Dehumanize, minimize Melissa in regards to no, we just gifted her the seat. Like,
Yeah.
you wrapped up and gifted her the seat. You
Female,
did all the work. And,
lesbian, diversity hire.
diversity hires. So, as deputy leader of CPC, because she had the Menzoid arrested on false pretenses previously in a very similar way to Freeland's situation. First of all, Freeland had nothing to do with Menzies'
Nothing.
arrest.
She was just walking to her fucking destination.
Yeah, she had nothing to do with the arrest. You saw the video. There was nothing. She just literally avoided him, didn't want to talk to him because guess what? Some women just don't want to talk to weird guys. It's true. If you talk to a woman and she doesn't want to talk back at you, you're the weird guy. Take the hint.
A woman who is like 5'2" or something like that. Like
she's
that's
not a
in
tall
her
woman.
heels. No,
Yeah.
she's pretty small.
She is. So I mean, she's very smart and whatnot, but she's not big. But and more than likely, she knew who he was. She's also very smart. She's got a huge background in journalism herself, so she knows what's going on. But anyways, so he's asking about this, and then Josh comes in with the dumbest shit as possible, which is, get the perverted sodomites out. Right out. Which just goes right past the, like, oh, well, we just want to we're just trying to protect the women in the bathrooms. We're trying to get this trans indoctrination out. We're like, no. Now you're just straight out homophobic.
They
That's
have
it.
been
That's
saying it. They've been fucking reading Bible verses nonstop. They pulled that with me in the courthouse as well. Like they were trying to read off Bible verses. And I'm like, do you agree that being gay is not a choice? Like, do we at least agree on that? And so if that's the case, the verses you're reading to me don't make logical sense in the way that you're interpreting them.
Yeah. Absolutely. So immediately Josh has got support. So I mean, let's see what wonderful people, because maybe we might get our minds changed. So what kind of wonderful people he got support from? Josh is correct. I applaud him for having stones to say. Lanceman does not have Canada's best interests at heart, and many think she is the only one really steering the CPC. Okay, so
And what does that have to do with her? Anyways.
Absolutely.
How is she perverted by doing that?
Yeah.
How is she perverted?
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, all right, so you're avoiding the
How
whole
is she a sodomite?
homophobic shit he's saying, but you're
Yeah.
still siding with him on the homophobic thing. So,
Yeah,
dude,
yeah.
yeah.
But Josh is correct. What part? The perverted part or the sodomite part?
Yeah.
What part, asshole? You fucking piece of shit. Anyway, next.
Yeah. So a lot of people are just like, commenting on that, and then people coming to Josh's and quote tweeting. So when
Fuck
you got
Barry Miss. Fuck Alex.
yeah,
Alex
when you got
Smith.
Alex and
Fuck
Kevin
him.
Goudreau like supporting your message,
Kevin Goudreau. Fuck. That guy. Oh my god.
yeah, he's a dumbass.
He's such a fucking little puny little shit. I like crushing Nazi heads. Do-da, do-da. I like crushing Nazi heads. Do-da, do-da day.
I need to clip that one. Because I got the feeling we're probably gonna need that one more often now and put that to my soundboard.
Yeah. That little bitch is going to jail, isn't he? Did he get his sentencing yet or what?
I don't know. But yeah, he
I
should
stopped
be
paying
on the
attention, but you know what? I'm going to start paying attention again. And I'm going to start like letting everybody know all the details.
Yeah.
That little bitch wants to play. Let's play.
So this is where but here's a couple of comments where people just came out and like, oh my god, what? Like these are right wingers.
That's why I stopped following you and Chris.
Billboard Chris is who I'm assuming. So that's the apples.
Man.
Get these divisive comments out. LGB. Can you expand on that? You know what? Never mind. I think you've said enough. LGB without the T. So this particular last one is the one that kills me because somebody brought up and posted in regards to this. That exact cartoon where it's like the one with some guy with the MAGA hat going to somebody who's like gazing at screamers and shaking hands, going, "There we go, we got the drag queens and trans, and transgender people got out." And and the guys look at the MAGA guys like, "So who are you guys going after next? So who are you going after next?"
Yeah.
If you haven't figured out now who they're going after next.
Like, okay, so give us this right now. We were all right about what was going to happen to the Muslims by that group. We saw the writing on the wall. Happened very quickly.
Absolutely.
Very, very quickly. This one took a little bit longer, but we saw the writing on the wall and we called it.
We knew it.
So now that we have been very consistent in being right about all of these things. The next thing I want people to listen to and hear it loud and clear, the fascists are taking root. They are growing. We need to stomp them out. So all you fence sitters and centrists that were like, no, it's because that went a step too far. It didn't go a step too far. None of it went too far. Nothing had changed from before. It wasn't in your face until those people put it in your face and made something out of nothing. And so now that you know that these people, what their true motivation is, anti-Islam, Islamophobic, anti-Semitic, colonial, anti-First Nation, anti-Indigenous, even though they try to co-opt those things, anti-full rainbow, LGBTQIA, they are gaining momentum. So now you guys have to fucking pick a side. And you need to get up out of your ass. Get off your asses and stop this shit from coming. And just look what's happening all over the world. It's coming to Canada. It's here already. I just really needed to say that. I needed to rant. We've been right.
That's why we have a show.
Fucking time. We've been right too many times.
Agreed.
This is not something I feel good about being right about. And it's not because we're smarter. It's just that we're paying attention to what's going on. We're living life consciously. We're seeing what's happening.
It's and some of this stuff is not even sort of being like the smartest person in the room or the most aware person in the room. Some of the stuff we're looking at, we're like shit. There's only one way this is going to end. Like
Oh,
you're going to tell me
right.
these people have been like Islamophobic, they've been anti-immigration, xenophobic, racist, and everything else, and they're siding with this group, and because they're trying to get this goal. I'm like, you think that alliance is going to work well? Like, if you succeed in whatever goal you're going here, you think these guys are still going to be standing with you? Because I can tell you right now, last week they were bitching about your existence
Right.
and you being in the
Especially
country.
when it says, excuse me, I need water. Especially when it says in their manifesto or in their booklets or their websites that they are trying to instill their biblical idea of what life is into our schools, into our workplaces, into our national anthem, or into our everything. And they keep saying this country was built by Christians or whatever the fuck that they want to say, and it's mostly Christian. No, stop. It's non-secular.
No, absolutely. And but again, these guys are going to be trying as hard as they can to try to make this entire thing. And they're going to try to be as they're going to try to, I mean, the states, they're trying to declare that as a Christian country. They're trying to declare us as Christian country. We still have the word God in a couple of places because we weren't founded on fully atheist values or secular values. We had the king.
Yeah.
And at one point, the queen. And that has religious roots. So, but yeah, I mean, these guys are trying to declare freedom means that I can, impose God's will on you. No, it doesn't. Fucking dumbass.
I still love that my pinned tweet still confuses them about having pork in classrooms. They just don't understand what that is.
My
all
pronouns
about.
confuse them. I'm not surprised.
I know. Sad for them.
These guys they're idiots. They're just idiots. Bring us to the last story of the week, and so I guess a bit of the main story. So, the main image here is a little surprising, and I'm like, this is where we're at now in the world, at least in regards to news cycles. Look at that woman.
Roar!
Yeah. So preparing for this story, I'm like, I get to the front page of the honest because the main story here has to do with megaphones, and yeah, as preparing for it, it is not lost on me the fact that we got the person on the main photo to be there to discuss this too, and the cute little bluish green megaphone,
and the little ticket in my hand.
Exactly, as Magic Can was commenting when I was discussing and preparing for this. She was looking at this, like that little bluish green megaphone is what she uses to speak louder. She's like, she doesn't need that. We've heard her.
It wasn't even on full blast when he gave me the ticket. This is like, I'm playing games with these fuckers.
Well, and that's exactly it, because
it's like a dinky megaphone, wasn't even on full
there's
blast.
so many specific loopholes in regards to that bylaw. Like, did he test your megaphone to make sure it was over 75 decibels?
Nope, none of that stuff happened.
So
they're just trying to intimidate us. Like,
absolutely.
You clicked the video, right?
Well, yeah, that video was. Of course, the video
I'm just checking.
Yeah,
You'll see.
Of course,
You'll
the
see.
video's coming. So, yeah. So before we get into a little bit more of the detail in regards to the news, yeah, we're gonna play the video because somebody's insistent on me to play the goddamn video. Watch the clip.
Stop using the megaphone?
No. Sorry, say that again? You're going to charge me for using my megaphone?
Yeah.
What are the charges, officer?
Using a sound reproduction device on a highway.
Okay, so if I go on the road, I can use it?
That's a highway.
Sorry, say that again. What offense is that?
It's under the noise bylaw for the city of
A
Ottawa.
bylaw. So I'm going to get arrested for a bylaw. Is that what you're saying?
Charged. I didn't say
Oh,
you were
okay,
gonna get
great.
arrested.
Thanks, bud. I'm going to get charged for using my megaphone!
The shit disturber.
They're shit disturbers.
We'll charge you with genocide! My hands are full.
So the police gave him your name, right? Hang on, hang on.
I'm gonna put it on your bag so you don't take it from me.
Go for it.
Put it wherever you want. This way.
We charge you with genocide!
Look how many cops are there. It's so fucking funny. I laughed so goddamn hard. I was surrounded by cops and one bylaw guy. There was like 8 cops that had to accompany this bylaw guy to give a bylaw ticket to me.
Yeah. So there is a lot there. So I mean, aside from testing your megaphone to find out how loud it is, and on its loudest, I think when I was close to it, it was 95. But I take a step away and it like it gets a foot out, it drops down to 75 decibels.
It wasn't even on full blast either.
It doesn't qualify for the threshold. Like this, and so reading the bylaws, like anything that's over 75 is going to be the problem. The second thing is that this is during a public community event. So, and the bylaw also specifies that it's, you're not in a residential area. You're using this in a non-residential area. This is going to be a problem. And so this
during a demonstration.
During a demonstration.
Actual demonstration. Yeah. They were allowing the speakers and the microphone. They just didn't want any other megaphones.
Yeah. So sorry. They were allowing one speaker and one megaphone is what.
Oh, I don't think they were allowing any megaphones, just the microphone attached to the speakers.
They were allowing that.
Yes. That was their why. They were trying to negotiate our freedom to assemble and to use our voices. It was I don't know. I think that's what they were trying to. So that's why when the speaker went out in the live stream, the speaker had gone out. And so I walked up to the person who was screaming, trying to keep the chant going until they fixed the technical problem. And I said, do you want to use the megaphone?
Yeah.
And they said she doesn't want to get a ticket. And I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. Like my little megaphone that wouldn't have reached the 5 speakers length. She would have gotten a ticket for that.
Yep.
But not for using the microphone. Like they're so fucking dumb. These bylaw, Ottawa, whoever's putting this, whoever thought that this was going to be a good idea.
Yeah.
Fucking stupid.
No, it's so like I think this needs to be addressed at the next city council. Like bring it up as a point of order. Like you were attacking, civil protests. Megaphones are part of civil protests.
No other city is doing that either.
No.
None. And do you remember, like, I could be on Wellington?
Mm-hmm.
Remember when we were having Sarah was hopping around, screaming on the megaphone in the same area where all the tourists were, by the way.
Yeah.
One of those days of the 4 days or 3 days that I was there, I had my megaphone. I wasn't screaming and yelling in it, but I was talking in it. That's the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like it's interesting.
It is. I mean, so and again, you weren't the only one. Many others from over the days. I mean, we've got Joel Hardman. Joel Harden. He got a ticket. And again, the tickets are like almost $500, $490. So there's significant amounts. Like they are seriously trying to do some intimidation, and they've been aggressively going after the Palestinian protests. And we know there's been Israeli protests, and I don't know if they've been doing marches in the streets, because obviously one of the qualifications is you have to be marching in the street. But again, so Joel Harden's
I picked
gotten
the
a
wrong
ticket.
one. Like, I'm the type of person who will go, like, I'll take it to like a civil liberties, whatever, if they don't cancel those tickets. I'm not even like, I will take the city of Ottawa all the
Well,
way.
I mean, there are a lot of a lot of prominent people have come out in regards to. I mean, you got because they've been ticketed too. I mean, Joel Harden. You've got an MP, as well as Sam Hirsch.
MPP.
Sorry, MPP. And Sam Hirsch and a couple of others. So there's enough tickets. They're being they're being worked on. And at least from the information I understand, these tickets are being fought. Like, I know you're fighting yours.
Fucking right I
Both
am.
of them.
I'm going to go back to Constellation Street and start the process for the second ticket. I'm showing up every fucking time with that legend blue megaphone. And now someone gave me stickers for my megaphone, Palestinian stickers for my megaphone. And like, love that. And everybody loves that megaphone, by the way. So many people are like, I always see you with that blue megaphone. So you know who you are, who gave me that megaphone. Thank you very much for that. Legend.
It's true. It's made a legend. If you ever get that microphone replaced, it has to be the same color.
It's just, yeah. If it ever breaks, it's going in one of those glass cases on display in my office.
That we build a nice, cute little shadow box for it.
That's exactly it. It's going to be in its. I'll just buy a base, like a basketball one or whatever, and put the megaphone in instead.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. We'll get it in there. A nice little stand. We'll get a nice little bronze plaque on it. The whole commemoration. We'll have a ceremony for it too.
Totally.
Yeah, get a whole thing going for it. The legend of the little blue megaphone.
Love it.
Love it indeed.
So symbolic.
It is. It is. Oh crap! I'm trying this.
When I first started going to the Palestinian rallies, when they first started,
yes,
back 14 times ago,
right?
I had my megaphone, and I'd hear people trying to start chants, and you'll see it in the live. You remember, Joe? I just hand my megaphone to somebody,
yes,
who was leading chants, and I, amplified their voice, and then move up and then give it to somebody else who was like calling chants and amplify their voice. The megaphone is very symbolic to me. I think it's great.
It's fantastic.
What are you looking for now? I think it's hilarious that there were so many cops surrounding.
I think it's absolutely hilarious too. And, yeah, no, I just realized I don't have any of the closing graphics. I have the closing video, I just don't have any of the closing graphics, so I'll have to do I'll have to do a talking version of it. But yeah, no, you're right. There was a lot of cops there too. Like the cops being there and present, I'm not surprised, because they want to keep the entire thing civil. And if they work with the protesters, they're like, all right, well, here's a route and whatnot. We'll make sure everything's safe, because they want to make sure the group protests peacefully, and there's going to be an interest in making sure they protect the protesters, so that an outside agitator doesn't come in there and start doing something stupid, like some sort of Zionist coming in there to cause trouble, because that's something they don't want to do. You've seen them; they'll haul those guys away, because that's just not a conflict they want to deal with. And they just they want to. So it's where I'm really surprised they're cracking down on the megaphones, because I'm like, you're cracking down on this rule which is a protest, that shouldn't be what you're fighting. You're trying to crack this down. But again, these guys are being dumbasses. Oh, thank you, Magic Hand.
Do you know what it means if the indigenous people of Palestine have been able to get their land back? Do you know how scary that is to colonialists?
It's true.
It should be scary to them.
It's true.
This fight isn't over after the Palestinians win.
No.
It's
There's
not
going
over.
to be, there's
Well,
going
I
to
mean,
be a ripple.
It's not over for me. I'll be fighting for.
Yeah.
Like, there are just so many indigenous people. Look what happened in Brazil in 2020. How Bolsonaro was burning out the Amazon and indigenous populations. Here, you can have your land back, and then just fucking set the whole shit on fire. Like,
Yep. No, absolutely. Well, that's it for us for tonight. We are going to see a lot of shit going on. So till then, yeah.
Everybody
again,
up its time.
There we go. Everybody's time. And again, thanks for joining us. First new episode of the year on the new platform. Sorry, not the new platform, but on this platform again. Continue here for a while until we decide to try something different, which, when it comes to me, is always a possibility. Till then, keep joining us here. Don't have the graphics, but again, join us on the Auto Activism. You can find out my link tree, maybe Deana's if she's got it still working. And as well as Auto Defense Collective, as we have links for that too. So yeah, see, Auto Activism is on Discord, and ODC within our link tree. You can find the links there to get there too, as well as in my link tree. There's still Danny Taros. Go find me, please. See if you guys can help it out. Thank you, Ina, for providing the link here in the chat, in Twitch.
Thanks, Ina.
Absolutely. So the more we can help them out, the better. Those cases are still going forward. So the better, the quicker we can set up, the better. And again, don't forget to join us on Friday night, where we're going to be discussing a little bit more detail in regards to some of the stories here, as well as some of the other stuff that we didn't cover here. It's always fun to actually have you guys come in there so you guys can discuss and chat, because we'd like to hear a little bit more feedback from you guys and see what you guys want to hear and what you guys want to discuss, and what, this is your time to shine as the comments, and, be part of the conversation. That's it for us. I don't know, Deana. Anything else you got?
No. Good night, and we'll see you on the next live. I'll just post it minutes before. Sometimes I know I'm going somewhere, sometimes I don't, but that's
Absolutely.
it. See you
That's it.
or listening to you on Spaces on Friday night at 9:00.
We'll see you guys there. Thanks, everybody, and have a great night. And one more clip.
I'm ready for Trudeau to resign. I'm ready for the newest next. It's up here, Polyev. People, we got enough people that are smart enough in this country to be able to run it, that are freedom fighters, that have the knowledge to do all these 338 members that are in Parliament right now. We've got 338 people that are freedom fighters that are intelligent enough to run each and every single thing there is. You just got to step up and take control of it. The ones that are good with that. You know what I mean? I'm not a politician. I'm not good with politics. I'm just good. I'm a good stand-up. I'm a person who wants to stand up and fight. But what I am good at is media, because we're going to need new media guys. We're going to need camera guys. I'm good with a camera. I take photos. I'm going to be like, once we fire everybody on CBC and CTV News, I'm going to be one of the guys probably working the cameras and doing all that stuff. And I don't have a problem doing that. I'll step up and do that, because we're going to need real news. Because this bullshit news needs to stop. That's what it needs. It needs to stop. We need a better prime minister. Justin Trudeau has to go, people.